I knew something was wrong the moment my father cleared his throat. A silence like a blade sliced through the room, sharp enough to make even the children freeze. Forks hovered midair, conversations died. Every pair of eyes turned toward him, then toward me. And when he said the words, "We've decided you're not getting anything from the inheritance. You never deserved it," I felt the floor tilt beneath me. But I didn't flinch. I just smiled, lifted my glass, and took a slow, deliberate sip. I left before anyone could pretend to comfort me. They thought they had won. They had no idea that the quiet exit was the beginning of their undoing. Backstory. People assume betrayal hits hardest when it comes from enemies. They're wrong. It shatters you only when it comes from the ones who swore they'd protect you. I grew up chasing my parents' approval like a starving child begging for crumbs. Straight A's, no trouble, no vices. Meanwhile, my siblings drowned in scandals, debts, fights, broken relationships, yet somehow remained the favorites. I kept telling myself loyalty mattered, effort mattered, blood mattered. I was wrong again. The first crack appeared last year. My father asked me for access to a business account, just to check something. I trusted him. He emptied it in a week. When I confronted him, he smiled, the same smile he used on neighbors when pretending he hadn't heard them knocking. The second crack came when my mother borrowed money she never returned. The third, when my siblings mocked me for caring. The fourth, when I realized every family gathering made me feel like a guest, one they barely tolerated. Still, I didn't walk away, not until that dinner. Discovery of betrayal. After I left the restaurant that night, I sat in my car and replayed every moment of the evening. The smirks, the whispers, the anticipation in their eyes. They wanted to see me break. Later that night, my cousin sent me screenshots of the family group chat, messages from my father. After this, he'll finally know his place. This will finish him. He should be grateful we tolerated him this long. That wasn't betrayal. That was an execution. They just expected me to die quietly. Shift in mindset. Something inside me clicked. A calm, cold certainty I'd never felt before. No yelling, no tears, just strategy. I stopped thinking like their son. I started thinking like a man who had nothing left to lose and everything to regain. I opened my laptop and pulled out the documents they never thought I kept. Bank transfers, signed agreements, recorded messages, unauthorized withdrawals, their shady land deals under my name. They forgot I learned everything about discipline and documentation from them. They just never imagined I'd use it against them. Execution of the plan. Step 1, my lawyer. I forwarded every file, every screenshot, every recording. He didn't blink. He simply said, "We can do this." Step 2, freeze. Account freezes, property disputes, tax audits triggered by anonymous tips. Every loophole they'd used for years collapsed overnight. Step 3, truth. I sent the evidence to every relative who attended that dinner. Not with a message, just a single line. This is the family you defended. Step 4, silence. I blocked my parents, my siblings, everyone who ever used my loyalty against me. Let them shout into the void. Climax. 2 days after the dinner, my father showed up at my apartment, eyes swollen, shirt wrinkled, rage and fear battling in his voice. "What have you done? They're auditing us. Your uncle won't talk to me. The bank." I let him choke on his own panic. "You chose this," I said quietly. "I just stopped protecting you." He stared at me, truly seeing me for the first time. Not as his obedient son. Not as the one who fixed his mistakes. But as the man who finally understood his worth. "You ruined us," he whispered. "No," I corrected. "You ruined yourself. I just stopped bleeding for you." The door closed on his disbelief. Resolution. I expected guilt. I expected sadness. But what washed over me instead was peace. For the first time in my life, the weight was gone. No more expectations, no more manipulation, no more pretending that blood is always love. They thought cutting me off would destroy me. Instead, it freed me. And as everything collapsed around them, I realized my quiet sip at that dinner wasn't surrender. It was the first toast to my liberation.